What is the difference between Zhu Yuanzhang, the Hongwu Emperor, Ming Taizu, and Emperor Gao? These names all refer to the same person, the founding emperor of the Ming Dynasty. In Chinese historiography, there are many different ways to refer to an emperor, but what do they all mean? In this short video, I'll break down the fascinating naming systems of Chinese emperors. As with any member of society, the first name an emperor would receive was his personal or given name at birth. This name typically consisted of the first name and the imperial clan name, which was the family name of the dynastic founder. For example, Zhu Yuanzhang, the Ming Dynasty's founder, or Li Shimin, the Tang Dynasty's second emperor. Anecdotally, any character included in the name of an emperor became taboo. Its direct use in official documents, literary works, and even in everyday speech was forbidden. Violating this rule could lead to severe consequences, even as far as the death sentence in extreme cases. In 1777, Qing dynasty scholar Wang Xihao was beheaded for writing the names of Emperor Kangxi, Yongzheng, and Qianlong without proper modification, among other charges. More chilling, the death sentence was commuted from the initial lingchi, or slow slicing, death by 1,000 cuts. In classical Chinese fashion, upon coming of age, most people of middle or upper class would receive a courtesy name, used in formal settings and as a sign of respect. While emperors typically never received a courtesy name, this still occurred in two kinds of situations. When a historical figure already having one founded a new dynasty. This was the case for Li Yuan, courtesy name Shu De, an official of the Sui dynasty, who overthrew it in 618 to establish the Tang dynasty. Emperors could also have a courtesy name if, as members of the imperial clan, they inherited the throne after a disrupted line of succession. For example, when Han dynasty monarch Liu Fuling, known as Emperor Zhao of Han, died childless in 74 BC. Regents eventually enthroned his grandnephew, Liu Bingyi, whose courtesy name was Jiaqing. He would become Emperor Xuan of Han. Upon ascending the throne, the emperor initiated a new era or reign, with a specific name indicating the monarch's wishes or ambitions. Introduced around 140 BC, this system also served an administrative purpose, dating events. Events in historical compilations were recorded as having occurred in the current year of the current era. For example, the 8 trigrams uprisings of 1813, in which White Lotus sect rebels infiltrated the Forbidden City and nearly overthrew the Qing dynasty, is referred to as happening in the 18th year of the Jiaqing era. Through his reign, the emperor could have multiple eras, as many as 11 different eras for the reign of Emperor Wu of Han. But the Ming Dynasty's founder, Zhu Yuanzhang, launched in 1368 the Yi Shi Yi Yuan Zhi system, one era for a lifetime, with his being Hongwu, vastly martial. Having only one, emperors from his reign onward are typically known by their era name. There is only one exception in Zhu Qizhen, the 6th Ming emperor, who was captured by the Mongols but eventually reascended the throne 7 years later, launching a second era. After their deaths, emperors typically received a temple name from the imperial family, which was used during imperial ancestral rituals, where their descendants would worship them. Temple names typically included an adjective, followed by Zu, progenitor, or Zong, ancestor. Taizu, great progenitor, was typically reserved for dynastic founders such as Liu Bang of the Han dynasty or Zhu Yuanzhang of the Ming dynasty. It could also be granted to their forefathers, like Li Hu, the grandfather of the Tang dynasty's founder, or Nur Ha-Chi, the father of the Qing dynasty's founder. Yuan dynasty emperor Posthumous, a great patron of the arts, received the temple name of Wenzong, cultured ancestor. Emperors were given posthumous titles by the imperial court or later emperors. These laudatory names usually reflected the personality or feats of the emperor. There was no official limit to the length of the posthumous name, which could become extensive over time. The Shunzhi Emperor, for example, was posthumously named Ti Tian, Longyun, Ding Tong, Jianji, Ying Rui, Xinwen, Xianwu, Dade, Hongkong, Zhiren, Chunxiao, Zhang, Huangdi. Perhaps because scholars were unwilling to spend half the day using an emperor's posthumous name, these were often shortened to a simpler version, often down to a single character. While posthumous names were typically laudatory, they could also be insulting. For example, the second and penultimate emperor of the Sui dynasty, Yang Guang, despite some cultural achievements, led the state into disastrous wars, imposed heavy taxes, conscription, and forced labor on the people, ultimately leading to the dynasty's collapse. During the subsequent Tang dynasty, he was given the posthumous name of Yang, translated as slothful, or fond of his harem and withdrawn from ritual. So, with so many different names, how are emperors typically referred to? From the Han to the Sui dynasty, the posthumous name is typically used, like Emperor Xuan of Han or Emperor Yang of Sui. From the Tang to the Song dynasties, the temple name is selected, such as Tang Taizong. While some rulers of the Yuan dynasty are referred to by their temple name, usually their Mongolian personal name or its transliteration is used, such as Tov-Tamar. Finally, Ming and Qing emperors are typically designated by their era name, like the Hongwu or the Shunzhi emperors. I hope this short video helps explain a few things. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or requests, feel free to leave them in the comments section below.